Story time with Hoot. So I used to be a head women's college basketball coach for 8 years. Won a conference title, had a Coach of the Year award, but there's one story in particular that I'll never forget. And it involved my best defensive player, my shortest player. She was queer. She was from the Middle Eastern community, so there was a whole lot to navigate in terms of that space. And she was in her second year as a sophomore. And this was a pivotal year as a coach because I was in my 5th year. I was also coaching men's college tennis at the same time, which we had started to have a lot of success with the men's tennis team. But the women's basketball program, we had won 3, 8, 10, 12, and this was the 5th year, and I felt like I really needed to get this team over that hump. So we started the season 4-7, and I turned to my assistants, I asked them their opinions, I valued my assistants, and a player came into my office before our next game, before practice that day. And this is the player that was my best defender, best attitude, hustled the most, was in the best shape. And she came in, said, "Can I talk to you?" And I said, of course. I had an open door policy. Always trying new things, always open to learning. And she said, "How come I'm not starting?" And I don't know what it was about that moment, because I was welling up. Maybe it was my own journey of getting cut 4 times growing up. Maybe it was the fact that I've had 6 dads and 2 of my dads have committed suicide. Maybe it was the fact that somebody actually came in and wanted to talk to me about something important, that they actually cared that much, that they weren't starting, which says a whole lot about somebody, that they're not necessarily being arrogant. Could have been that scenario, but that wasn't the situation. She bit her tongue for 11 games, and she finally felt like she had to come in and ask what seemed like a benign question. And my response was, fighting back tears, "I don't know." So I started her the next game, and I made one other change. And for all the young coaches out there, you're going to make mistakes. Acknowledge your mistakes. So one thing I always did, if I made a mistake, I always acknowledged it to the players. That doesn't give them control. It just shows that they can see right through you anyways,